Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. I'd like to call this meeting to order at exactly 1 p.m. We are here in the presence of our clerk and deputy clerk, as well as other staff members, and we do have quorum. Even though there's 3 of us, that does make up our township quorum requirements. First order of business is our land acknowledgement statement. The Township of Hamilton is situated in the traditional territory of the Mississauga, Nishnabek, and Chippewa Nations, collectively known as the Williams Treaties First Nations. Our work on these lands respectfully acknowledges their resilience and their long-lasting contributions to the area now known as the Township of Hamilton. Are there any declarations of pecuniary interest today? Seeing none, that will be recorded. Next item on the agenda is the confirmation of the agenda. Prepared motion reads that the Committee of the Whole agenda for March 10th, 2026 be approved. Can I have a mover, please? Moved by Bruce, second by Larry. Questions, comments? All those in favor? Carried. Thank you. Moving on to the real function today is our presenter, Jordan Prosper. Jordan is the I'm going to say new, if you allow me to do that, CEO at Community Care Northumberland. Welcome, Jordan, and pleased to have you here. And the only little bit of business is we've got to make sure that that microphone's on and functioning. We'd be able to hear you in-house, but the video wouldn't pick it up. So, Jordan, welcome. The floor is yours, and please continue.
I appreciate the time to invite me this afternoon. My name is Jordan Prosper. I'm fortunate to be the new CEO of Community Care Northumberland. I still use the new tag, yes, today is day 78. So still relatively new to the role, grateful to be a part of a great team, and happy to tell you about, our services, emerging needs, and also some good stories that we want to tell from a client perspective. So thanks for taking the time out of your busy days. Just to give you a little bit of history of Community Care Northumberland, if we can go to the next slide. Community Care Northumberland started about 38 years ago. There we go, thank you. We are truly a multi-service organization we try and pride ourselves on servicing every corner of Northumberland County. We do have footprints here in Cobourg with 2 offices in terms of our Ed's House Residential Hospice, an office on Division Street. We have an office in Campbellford and an office in Brighton. So very fortunate to provide the services that we do. As I mentioned, we try to reach every corner of Northumberland County, and our mission truly is to try our best to keep people connected and safe in their homes, and providing high quality service delivery in a multitude of different factors. And our values are ones that speak to relationships, accountability, community, and compassion. And I think through my presentation, you'll see those woven in throughout the deck. If we can move to the next slide, please. Extremely fortunate to have over 100 full-time, part-time staff, and that number continues to grow as our services grow. Very impressed, fortunate, and I do think it's unique that an organization of our size is fortunate to have over 600 volunteers. I come from a background that typically is around the 150 to 200 mark, volunteers of organizations of similar size. We have an incredible volunteer base that we're extremely grateful for, that we wouldn't be able to provide the services that we do in the community without our dedicated volunteers. So grateful for those. And we're able to service over 4,500 clients uniquely across Northumberland County. And I'm going to share, if we go on to the next slide, the types of services that we offer across the region. So the items for community care that tend to be more traditional in nature are our Meals on Wheels, our transportation. Those are typically the programs that individuals respond to, think about when they hear about community care. We are fortunate to have Ed's House as a residential hospice, which has 10 residential beds for individuals dealing with life-threatening critical illness that want to spend their last days in our hospice. We have an incredible team of nurses, nurse navigators, physicians, PSWs that provide high-quality end-of-life care. And we're proud to share that what originated from community support as 10 clinical beds, we've recently grown to 6 clinical beds to 10 clinical beds as of last year. So that service is growing. There's a high demand for it, and we're fortunate to be able to offer that. The 33,000 Meals on Wheels that we deliver across the region, that reaches every corner of Northumberland County. We try and make sure that everyone has access to safe, affordable, high-quality food. And what we're finding with that program specifically is people are coming not just for the food, they really value the companionship of our volunteer drivers, delivering the food, giving them that companionship, reducing social isolation and that connection to their community. And in terms of transportation, the 33,000 rides across the region is, or excuse me, the county, is something we're extremely proud of. Again, about 1,500 of those rides specifically are as a result of the fortunate grant that we received from this township, I think of $9,500 annually, which from a value standpoint, I want the team here to reflect that that's about $6 a ride that you're investing in the community to get people to essential services, which I think is a great bang for your buck. So thank you for that level of support. Next slide, please. Want to give a snapshot of where our all revenue comes from. So we do have base funding from Ontario Health, which results in about 60% roughly of our operating budget. Our operating budget is just shy forecasting this year of about $6.9 million. We have an incredible donor base, which we're fortunate for, which amounts to around the range of $1.6, $1.4 million from the community each year, which incredibly proud of. We couldn't do it without the support of our donors. So there's multiple arms of our revenue that comes into play: base funding, donations, grants. As a volunteer-led community, not-for-profit, we're trying to stay as responsive to the community and responsible to our donors in terms of where those dollars go. So wanted to provide a snapshot of what that looks like too. In terms of our programs and services, I touched on this a little bit, but from a nutrition standpoint, it's not just, for example, Meals on Wheels. We also provide services like community diners, which is an opportunity for individuals to get together for lunch, enjoy some companionship in the comfort of their local community. That's a program that we're looking to grow because we're finding that as we continue to leave the pandemic, people want that connection in person to be able to enjoy meals together for an affordable cost. Our in-home support services is a multitude of programs that essentially leads into keeping people safe in their home as they transition out of hospital. So if they're experiencing barriers from, PSW care, meal preparation, home maintenance, those types of things, which can be a barrier as you get discharged from hospital and you may not have a family member close by. Those are the wraparound type services that our in-support services offer. Next slide, please. I've highlighted the transportation program already, but again, from a layer perspective, we throw our transportation program into 3 buckets. We have volunteer drivers who drive their own cars to take clients to medical appointments, social gatherings, dialysis appointments, etc. We have our rural transportation route, which is essentially a modified bus that has about 7 seats on it that takes individuals around the county who may be experiencing transportation barriers to get to essential services like grocery shopping, bank appointments, medical appointments, etc. And our specialized transportation, which is essentially wheelchair and stretcher accessible vehicles that provide reduce a barrier, to transportation across the county. Our wellness services, which are continuously growing, and we're seeing a growing demand for them, all speak to reducing social isolation and keeping people safe and aging in place in their own home. And that comes from falls and exercise classes to friendly visiting, where we have trained volunteers in the community who provide that companionship to individuals who are dealing with social isolation. So very proud of the multi-layer services that our team's able to provide every day. Next slide, please. Our wraparound program is a partnership with the Northumberland Ontario Health Team, which essentially is a partnership and a model of care that involves a multitude of different service providers, not just Community Care Northumberland, aiming to reduce barriers for individuals who are either living alone at home or a caregiver who is providing for their aging parent, elder, etc. So that wraparound service, we're very proud to share it. We're not only trying to do our best in providing services from Northumberland or Community Care Northumberland, but also with our partners, with the Ontario Health Team, to make sure that we're working together to reduce barriers for residents of Northumberland County. Next slide, please. And our Ed's House opened in 2020, so we're approaching 7 years that Ed's House has been open, which were, or sorry, excuse me, yeah, 7 years, that's right. We have grown from 6 operational beds to 10 operational beds, and essentially it's a 24/7 care for individuals who are dealing with a critical illness that would like to spend their final days in our residence with their family, loved ones, etc. We have an incredible team, not just from our clinical staff, our community-based team, the chefs, volunteers. There's many, many, many hands that make that operation what it is, and we're fortunate for every one of them. And there's no cost associated with this. You do require a physician referral and to get into the residence. And we also have a palliative care team, which are all services that are offered at no cost, and those come into fruition from grief and bereavement counseling. We have nurse navigators going into individuals' home across the county who may want to spend their final days in their own home. A very, very special team that we're extremely fortunate for. Next slide, please. And I want to give a snapshot on sort of what our current priorities are, aligning with what the future may look like. We want to continue to advocate for community support services. We are proud that we deliver vital programs that keep people safe in their homes, and we want to continuously support individuals as they age in place or age in their own home, and not just attempt to do this solo. We want to work with our local municipalities, regional partners, provincial funders, in order to reduce barriers for anybody trying to access our services. Aligning with strategic growth and accessibility. We don't want to just expand for the sake of expanding. We need to understand our business and our programs to make sure, are we truly meeting all the needs of the community, and expand strategically and grow from there. So we have a great team that has that growth mindset, that's hungry to learn more, and I think we're really proud of what we're currently offering, and that can't come without partnerships. As I mentioned earlier, very proud to partner with Northumberland Ontario Health Team, but what are our regional partners doing? What's our community health center doing? What's other service providers doing that have like-minded interests to us of how we can wrap our arms around all residents of Northumberland County to make sure that they experience no barriers to care. In terms of the future, we really want to focus on empowering our teams. We have a new strategic plan that's likely going to take place in the development of next fiscal year, meaning Q2 and Q3 of 2026-2027. So that strategic planning exercise is going to be vital for our community to understand what are we currently doing well, where should we grow and expand into where we're not having a footprint right now. So that'll be an exciting time for our organization over the next year or so to jump in the deep end per se and find out where we can have the biggest impact for Northumberland County for our strategic plan, and constantly fostering that innovation type mindset. We don't want to rely on status quo. We want to make sure we're responding to the needs of the community and truly respond to what services are doing really well and where aren't we having an impact right now that we need to, that are challenges for our residents in Northumberland. Next slide, please. In terms of how to get involved, obviously there's a referral process of onboarding new clients, so you can do that through our website, attend some of our local workshops and educational sessions, and visit our hospice program as a resident. You would need a family physician referral for that. We do need volunteers. We're super proud for the 600 that we have, and But we do need more. We need more drivers. We need more Meals on Wheels drivers. We need more volunteers to prepare the meals for our residents. So volunteering is always one way that we can give back. And then think of us from a donation and fundraising perspective. If there's events that you think could benefit, we have an incredible donor relations team that makes sure that every dollar that's donated in goes exactly to where the original intent was, and very proud of that. So those are 3 ways to get involved. And want to thank you for your time, and our contact information is there, and happy to field any questions.
At this moment in time, I'm just going to say thank you, Jordan, and I want to come back to that in a few minutes. Larry, questions, comments?
I have no questions, but I just really appreciate the work that you do within our community. It's outstanding, and as you said, it's constantly growing, and what you've done well and what you can do better is the strategic position you're in. And thank you for your presentation. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Bruce, questions, comments?
Well, just thank you for the presentation and great work. I mean, it's a wonderful service. I just wonder, how do you reach out to somebody out there who might need your service and aren't getting it now? Like, is there a way that you do that? Because obviously some of the people probably may not have computers, they may not see it online. How do you do that?
How we typically do it is also rely on our partners of understanding where their themes are coming from. For example, if there are populations and residents in certain communities that we're not reaching through connecting with our community health centers, youth shelters, long-term care facilities, hospitals, all those partners help bridge those gaps. We do the door-to-door promotion style in local community events. We promote on social media. We've started to ramp up our appreciation and communication to local caregivers to understand how their parents, their loved ones could be experiencing barriers. We have a multitude of layers of how we connect those. And what I'm proud to share is those 4,500 unique clients that we have continues to grow. So it's not just the same 4,500 clients. I think we're reaching new residents year after year, which is something that I'm proud to say.
Jordan, thank you for your presentation, and I'm not going to stop at that. From your tone, from your engagement, from your words, I sense this isn't just a job for you. It's a commitment, and we appreciate yourself and many others in your organization and other organizations that have that buy-in, that have that commitment, and have that dedication. We're very lucky in this municipality that we have many people, many organizations that come to us, make presentations, meet us on the sidewalks or in local stores, and they are engaged. And that's a great part of a small municipality that we're lucky enough to be in here. I look at the photographs and I see people that I've known for years. I can go back in detail. There's their former employment location and their jobs and their families, and I think that's wonderful. The only problem I have with one of the slides is it's really difficult for me to look at a table full of pies and not have any here. So that's hard for me to deal through. We've enjoyed your presentation. We've enjoyed your commitment. As you well know, and I'm not limiting myself to this council, but previous council members, and I very much believe future council members, current staff, past and present, we are a believer in supporting community care. As you know, Ed's House is in our municipality, and there's been many things that we've supported at Ed's House, including where it is and how it got there. So we've enjoyed your presentation. Thank you. I'm glad you reached out to us and we got you here today. Wonderful service. Thank you. And we've enjoyed it. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you for your time.
I suppose I should get to business, and if I read far enough here, there's going to be a motion that says, I'm going to read it even though I haven't got my eyes on it yet, that the presentation by Jordan Prosper, CEO, Community Care Northumberland, regarding the programs and services provided by the organization, provided to the committee of the whole, March 10th, 2026, be received. Mover, Bruce, seconder. Any questions or comments? All those in favor? Thank you. And we do not have a closed session, so we only had one presentation today. So we've enjoyed it. Thank you again, Jordan. So we're going to go to our adjournment, which is, the motion reads that the committee of the whole meeting held on March 10th, 2026 be adjourned at 1:21 p.m. Moved by Larry, seconded by Bruce. All those in favor?